Good afternoon, everybody. Excuse the dogs. Today we're talking about little people again because I started The Lord of the Rings. Now, today's episode is going to be more of a, first impressions, because I did just start it. It is not short, and it is broken up into 3 parts. I've just started The Fellowship of the Ring. So we're going to briefly go over my first impressions of it. To start, my first impression in comparison to The Hobbit is that it is easier to follow already. I'm only about, I'm on page 50, and the first 10 to 15 pages at least were preamble, prologue, and there is a good number of pages on note of the text, and then there was also the forward to the second edition, which I like that they added that in here. It gives a good history of the book itself, not the story. Just tells how there was just so many different edits and the publishing issues it had when it originally came out, and the other information involved in that, and all of the appendices and all the added information that Tolkien has, especially on the language that he created for Elvish, Dwarvish, and all that. And then you have the prologue, which is concerning hobbits, which goes in depth of the history of the hobbits, the different races of hobbits, or different genealogies, which is interesting information. The differences between the Tooks and the Bagginses and the Proud Feet, whatever. It's just a lot of good stuff there. And then we actually get into the book, and it reads differently, which is one thing I like about it. I'm already on the road to say that it's better than The Hobbit, which I believe that's a consensus for most people that read these novels. And I think the main reason for that is the way it's structured. It doesn't seem to me like we're reading Bilbo's journal like we are in The Hobbit, because that's what it kind of plays out to be, right? That's what it seems like, is that we are just reading what Bilbo wrote down through his journeys through Middle-earth to the Misty Mountaintops and defeating Smaug and the Battle of the Five Armies. We're all just reading what he wrote. So the third person, first person perspective is a little mixed. It sometimes felt to me almost as if it was second person in The Hobbit, which sometimes made it a little harder to, follow the text a little bit. I think this one's definitely starting off to be an easier read just because of the way that it's structured. Doesn't seem to be structured like we're reading a journal. I know Frodo's basically the main character, but there's so many characters in these books. I've only seen glimpses of the movies. I've started to watch The Fellowship of the Ring. I've only seen the first maybe 45 minutes, and it already starts off way differently. I know they made changes for the movies, but at the start of the book, you basically start out with Bilbo throwing his 111th birthday party, and in that you see him, and it's in the movie. This book's out for so long, I'm not going to spoil anybody, but he throws his birthday party, but he wants to go on one big adventure again and never see another hobbit, never come back. And he does that. He throws his birthday party, big flash bang, and there's a plane overhead, and he throws on the one ring, disappears, causes a ruckus, and no one sees him again. And in the movie, the rest of the adventure pretty much picks off soon after that, with Frodo and everyone going to the bar, and then it goes on from there. But the part I'm at is it's 15 years later. Frodo's been living by himself, and seems to me at least to the ring's slowly getting a hold on him, because he's getting antsy. He's like, oh, I should have gone after Bilbo. Oh, and then he's fondling the ring a little bit. Now he keeps it on a chain, so he's not getting all attached to it. He hasn't worn it yet. And then the part I just got to is where Gandalf finally comes back after not seeing Frodo for like 9 years, and like drops all this lore on him. All the lore about the rings, the one ring to rule them all, the 9 rings for the mortal men, and 3 for the elves, and what was it? 5 for the dwarves? I don't remember. But honestly, I was reading it last night before bed, and I was like, I wake up early for work, but I didn't want to stop. Like, it started to get a hold on me, just like the ring did to Bilbo. So I'm already at the it's better than the Hobbit point. But that's kind of like my first impressions of it. I'm not going to keep this video too long. Whenever I get to finishing it, obviously I'm going to make a video about finishing the book. It's so nice today for being January. I'm out here in a t-shirt. And I'm starting to get cold because there's a breeze, but it's just a nice day. I figured I should make a video at least while it's nice before it gets crappy again. And I haven't finished the book since the last video. I mean, I just started this one, but since I wanted to make a video, I figured I'd give like a first impressions update. I know in the last one I said like I had like 2 pages left of The Hobbit. I liked the ending. It was very like open-ended, since it was basically reading Bilbo's journal. And obviously his life still continued. So we just read up into that point in his life, which is an interesting way to structure a book, and I liked it. It keeps you in universe the whole time, if you think about it that way. This is not written like that so far, from what I can gather. But that's pretty much it for my update. I'm going to keep doing these, but hopefully next week or the week after, I'm going to keep trying to read this. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it that fast, but I'll do another like outdoor yard talk video, but it may not be about a book next time. Anyways, thanks for checking out the little update short video today. I have a one wheel. I was going to ride it, but my helmet's not at this house, and for a one wheel, you really want to ride with a helmet. The most common injury on those is collarbone fractures. I haven't face planted like that yet, but if I do, even though my collarbone is most likely the thing that'll be broken, my head's going to slam too, so I ain't taking that risk on that thing as much as I love it. I'll ride a bike without a helmet. I'll ride a mountain bike down single track without a helmet, but the one wheel, nah. Stuff's scary sometimes. You get going fast on those, and you wonder, am I going to die today if I go too fast, hit the wrong bump? But in all seriousness, they're really fun. I'd recommend it. Buy one secondhand though if you look into it, because you can typically find them with only like a couple 100 miles on it, and you can probably find it for a good discount. Anyways, that's enough rambling. Bye.